Kids are facing a new kind of threat, the online cyberbullying.
Cautionary tale for parents out there. A 13-year-old girl found herself in the middle of a cruel cyber hoax, and her parents say it led to their daughter's suicide. Now, more than a year after Megan Meyer's death, her parents are pushing for measures to protect other children. At 13 years old, Megan Meyer was like many teenagers. She struggled with low self-esteem, but her family says she was looking forward to getting her braces off, enjoying life in the suburbs of St. Louis, and excited about a new friend she met through the social networking site myspace.com.
She got this email from this boy named Josh Evans.
Josh claimed to be a 16-year-old boy who lived nearby and was homeschooled, but the relationship would quickly turn hurtful as conversation turned to insult.
Megan gets an email or a message on her MySpace from Josh saying that, I don't know if I want to be friends with you any longer because I hear you're not nice to your friends.
Megan was devastated. The next day, after more exchanges, her mother found her in her bedroom closet. She had hanged herself. Weeks later, her parents learned that Josh never existed. He was created by the mother of one of Megan's former friends down the street.
That's the biggest tragedy of the whole thing. An adult did it.
It's a bizarre twist to the very common world of cyberbullying. Nearly half of teenagers report they've been the victim of cyber attacks, from text messaging to emailing, even websites dedicated solely to harassment.
This type of bullying contributed to young Ryan Halligan.
One day his dad says Ryan made the mistake of telling a friend about a recent medical exam.
He had a wicked sense of humor, and I'm sure he thought this was a funny thing to tell the kid, that he got a rectal exam as part of the emergency room visit. But unfortunately, the kid took that information and spun it around the school that Ryan was gay.
His schoolmates jumped in.
They said it was like a feeding frenzy. It was like almost everybody in the school was kind of piling on him, calling him all sorts of names like that. I know he just kept it inside.
But there was an additional wound. Ryan had begun an online friendship with a girl he secretly had a crush on.
There was a girl he saw and liked.
Yeah. Yeah, this is hard.
The girl was Ashley, the same girl who once defended him but had now become one of the popular kids.
We were bitches. I know he got picked on a lot, and I did the picking. Like, I was pretty mean.
Biggest mistake, buying him a computer.
Along with other girls, she pretended to like him to flirt with him online.
How teasing?
Like, we want you, and like stuff like that.
Ryan started to believe Ashley might be interested. Then Ashley and her friends quickly turned it all around.
When he sort of got interested, we're like, oh, well, we would never go for someone like you. I can't believe you would think that. Like, really, really cruel stuff.
You're just a loser. I would never want anything to do with you.
Like you're a loser?
Yeah, like you're a loser.
Ryan had no fists to defend against that.
Well, after I had teased him online with my friend, and I told him that it was all a joke, and he said, girls like you are the kind of people that make me want to kill myself. And at the time, we were like, why would you say something like that?
His loving parents had no idea that Ryan was also communicating online with another friend who had intrigued him about an escape from all of this through death.
Urging, pushing, romanticizing.
Right.
No surprise Ryan was having trouble at school and worried to his dad that his report card would be bad.
I mean, he just went on about, you know, you're going to be so disappointed, Dad. I'm just a loser. I'll never amount to anything. And I thought at that point in time, I just needed to give him the pep talk of his life.
So John Halligan sat his son down and told him he'd help him through this.
He said, Dad, have you ever thought of killing yourself? And I said, yeah, I remember going into my bedroom and just burying my head underneath the pillow and wanting my life to end. And I said, you know, Ryan, imagine if I did actually do that, you know? Look at all the things we would have missed out on as a family.
But alone in his room, Ryan would go back online, communicating with his death-obsessed pen pal, telling him that he was thinking about suicide. That pen pal answered, "It's about time." When his father was away on business, Ryan hanged himself.
I hope I never receive a phone call like this again for the rest of my life. I was never prepared for what I heard on the other end.
Tonight, a tragic news story about a growing problem in schools across America, bullying, and how the classroom taunts can have deadly consequences. This is a picture of Carl Joseph Walker Hoover. Now, you may remember last week we told you his story. The sixth grader's parents say he was picked on at his Massachusetts school by students who called him gay, said he was feminine. Carl later hanged himself. He was just 11 years old. His mom had to cut him down with a pair of scissors, with a knife, cutting the extension cord that he used to hang himself right outside his bedroom.
To a story now that is shocking a small community to its core in this country. 9 teenagers in the small town of South Hadley, Massachusetts are now facing serious criminal charges in the bullying of a fellow teenager who, after a particularly rough day of this treatment, took her own life. The body of Phoebe Prince, this is the young girl that we're talking about, was found hanging in her family's closet after she moved to this small town and made what would become a fatal mistake of dating a popular football player. She was a freshman. He was an upperclassman. Some of the other girls, according to the reports in the area, not too happy about that. So what resulted was her stalking and harassment relentlessly from September until she killed herself on January the 14th. Even after her death, nasty, taunting messages were